my YouTubers again. I'm just here for the last of the video for the opening and closing VHS tape that I have for this week. It is one of the known gangster films was ever made in the 1967's The St. Valentine's Day Massacre, starring Jason Robards as Al Capone, George Segal as Peter Gushenberg, Ralph Meeker as George Bugs Moran, Jane Hale as the Peter Gushenberg's girl, known as Myrtle Coughlin, and David Canary co-starred in it as Frank Gushenberg, as Peter Gushenberg's brother. Bruce Stern was the mechanic guy, and Milton Furman as Adam Heyer. And did you know this film was directed by Roger Corman, the one who brought you the created Bucket of Blood and Little Shop of Horrors. Yep. And did you know this film of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was narrated by Paul Frees? They couldn't use Orson Welles for the narration, so they used Paul Frees. The same Paul Frees narrates the same Paul Frees does the voices of these cartoons, like the Boris Badenov character from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, and he does the voice of Professor Ludwig von Drake, just for Disney. Jason Robards was one of the finest actors. Like, he was great in Thousand Clowns. Tor, he was good in Quick James. Yep. And Max Dugan Returns. George Segal was great in Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, and 1981's Corporate Copy that he stars with young Denzel Washington, and Owl and the Pussycat with Barbra Streisand in 1970. Yep. This is what this tape looks like. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre on VHS originally is a 1986 reissue. They didn't negotiate with the rebels. They killed them. And this is the 1986 release from Key Video. It was been distributed by CBS Fox Video. Originally, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre came out on VHS Originally, it came out back in 1983 by CBS Fox Video in the Dropbox packaging. Yep. Other films, some actors plays Al Capone besides Jason Robards in this film. Rod Steiger played Al Capone in the 1959's Al Capone. Robert De Niro plays Al Capone in The Untouchables in 1987. Yep. So without further ado, here's the opening and closing VHS of one of the known gangster films ever made, The St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
14, 1929, the year of the Black Bottoms, 6-day bicycle races, flagpole sitting, and the first flight from Paris to New York. Mickey Mouse makes his screen debut, and Herbert Hoover is inaugurated as the 31st president with the words, "We in America today are nearer to the final triumph over poverty than ever before in any land." 6 months later, the New York stock market will crash and bring about the greatest depression in world history. In the city of Chicago, the time is 10:25 a.m. The temperature, 18 above zero. My God. Supposed police officers involved in the massacre, Boris Chapman is shot to death on January 5, 1930, while attempting to rob a St. Louis jewelry store. The body of Adolph Moeller is found in a pond 12 miles south of Joplin, Missouri on September 8, 1930. Vincenzo DeMora, alias Machine Gun Jack McGurn, is murdered in a Chicago bowling alley on February 15, 1936. Almost exactly 7 years after the St. Valentine's Day massacre he masterminded. George Clarence Moran disappears from Chicago soon after the mass murder of his followers. While serving a 10-year sentence for bank robbery in the federal penitentiary in Leavenworth, Kansas, he dies of lung cancer on February 25, 1957. Alphonse Capone, while he has never tried for complicity in the St. Valentine's Day massacre, his role as the man behind it goes unquestioned. 3 months later, he is in prison, and more than half of the remaining 18 years of his life are spent in federal penitentiaries. On January 25, 1947, Alphonse Capone, his mind gone, his body ravaged by syphilis, dies in his sleep. On February 4, his body is interred in the family plot in the Chicago cemetery.
And I forgot to tell you, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre on VHS, it was originally released in 1983 from CBS Fox Video in the Dropbox packaging. Well, that's when they have the 1982 FBI warning scream at the end. That, of course, originally came out in 1983. But in the UK VHS release of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre came out in 20th Century Fox Video in the UK in 1982. And also for the St. Valentine's Day Massacre has one of the few people you might have like small parts in. Like for instance, like they had Jack Nicholson in a bit part in there, and neither is Alex Rocco, the one who later he plays Mowgli in The Godfather. Yep. So I hope you enjoy watching the opening and closing of the 1967's The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. We'll see you next time for more of the opening and closing VHS tapes. Until then, this is Dan Jussie saying thanks for watching and stay safe.